Yeah, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. Now I might have to. I might not need this after all. Hmm. Da 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 da. I know what I'll do. I'll keep it here. Where is my like billing? Da 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 da. Sa. I guess I was too. Okay, canceled. Hide for one. And uh okay, that's good enough.
Chapter 1. Introducing F-sharp. This chapter covers learning what F-sharp is and isn't. Why you should be interested in using F-sharp. When is a good time to use F-sharp? Understanding what this book will and won't teach you. Understanding the mental model behind F-sharp. In this chapter, I'll be taking you through the basics of F-sharp, how it may differ from other languages you're familiar with, and why you should learn it. We'll explore some of its great features, as well as its potential as a primary programming language in your toolbox. Let's get started. Section 1.1. What is F-sharp? F-sharp is a general-purpose programming language that's designed to build systems that are robust, succinct, and performant across Windows, Mac, and Linux. It has a lightweight syntax, yet a powerful type system and compiler. This makes it a compelling choice for writing applications, as it enables developers to rapidly model real-world systems in a way that does what they intend. F-sharp is an opinionated language with a set of characteristics that it is optimized toward. What do I mean by this? F-sharp encourages us to write applications using a consistent set of simple constructs such as functions, data, and types in a very low-ceremony fashion compared to many other languages that come from a more classical object-oriented background. Although some of those languages have added in some capabilities to hide some of that complexity, in F-sharp, this has been a core part of its design from day one. As an example, here's some basic F-sharp code that defines a function.
See this code.
F-sharp is fully type-safe but does away with...
Hold on, brother. Okay, so let add 10, then double, space, the number, oh, like double assignment. Is that what it's saying? City optimized toward. What do I mean by this? Encourages us to write apps using a consistent set of simple constructs, such as functions, data, and types in a very low ceremony fashion. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, I'm excited for this. All right, let's go.
F# is fully type-safe but does away with a lot of ceremony that other languages often put in place, such as type annotations and full-blown classes, leading to a way of writing code that allows you to quickly focus on.
Hey, viewer number 1, welcome in, brother or sister. I can't see the chat, but yeah, welcome in, brother.
F# is fully type-safe but does away with a lot of ceremony that other languages often put in place, such as type annotations and full-blown classes, leading to a way of writing code that allows you to quickly focus on directly solving the problem at hand. Because F# runs on the modern, lightweight, cross-platform .NET runtime, it has a large, mature ecosystem of free and commercial tools and libraries, ranging from web servers to database access, cloud, data, and analytical libraries, actor frameworks, and more. This means that you won't have to create entire platforms, but can reuse existing battle-tested components already out there, leaving you to focus on delivering business value. You can seamlessly interoperate with C# code, creating hybrid F# C# solutions if required. So if you're already using .NET, much of what you already know about the platform will continue to apply. Section 1.2. Why F#? There are many reasons why F# might be a great fit for you. Here are a few to whet your appetite. F# is rewarding and fun. People who use F# find it a rewarding and enjoyable language to quickly write applications in that simply lets you get stuff done, freeing you to focus on the business of writing your application while the language does its best to help you along the way and guide you to success. I've spoken with many people who said they were in a programming rut but gained a newfound enthusiasm for software development when they switched to F# because it freed them to focus on delivering business value to their customers. This also works for the hiring manager. Happier developers generally lead to less turnover, lower costs, and better results. F# is highly productive. At its core, F# is a relatively simple language with a concise and easy-to-read syntax and a relatively consistent way of problem-solving. Yet, at the same time, it's a safe language to use, with a powerful compiler and type system, more so than many popular programming languages, that can trap many classes of potential bugs as you type. It also runs on a performant, mature, popular platform, .NET, with a wide variety of time-saving packages. In my experience, people writing applications in F# do so more quickly than in other languages because it hits a sweet spot between simplicity, safety, and power. F# is also very flexible. You can use it in numerous scenarios, from simple scripts for data exploration and experimentation to full-blown cloud-enabled end-to-end microservices and web applications. There's a very good chance that whatever you're doing today, you can also do in F#. There's also the possibility that F# will open the door to areas that you may not have considered before. For example, if you're coming from a C# background, F# will show you how you can use .NET for more data-oriented and analytical tasks that perhaps previously you might have thought could only be done in SQL. For those of you coming from a Python background, you'll see a language whose syntax is not a million miles away from what you already know, yet is statically typed and highly performant. And for those coming from a JavaScript background, you'll appreciate how some of the functional patterns that are becoming popular in that language are first-class citizens here, and that F# has a static type system and syntax that gets out of your way. Additionally, if you're interested in learning some of the fundamentals of functional programming, FP, F# is a great way to do that. It has its roots in languages such as ML and OCaml. However, it's what I would call a light-touch FP language. You'll appreciate how it guides you toward writing simple, error-free code without needing to know any of the math and theory people often associate with FP. Importantly, it also provides you with enough escape hatches such that if you need to break out into procedural or object-oriented programming, you can do it without much effort. Section 1.3. When F#? Since F# is a general-purpose programming language, the simplest answer to when you should use F# might be, whatever you're doing today in whatever programming language you're working in, you can probably do it in F#.
Speed it up,
Nonetheless,
geezer.
let's look at a few different use cases of F# to give you an idea of what's possible. Console applications. You can write basic console applications such as command line tools in F#. It'll happily read and write from the terminal and has libraries to make animated, colorful console applications with widgets such as tables, charts, and progress bars. Background workers. F# allows you to write background services or daemons, which don't necessarily have any console inputs. Perhaps you need a process that runs on a virtual machine that reads data from a database and creates a report once a day, or an application that sits in the background and monitors a folder for new files as they're created to parse and process them.
That's
No
exactly
problem.
what I need.
Desktop applications. F# has support for desktop applications with a number of technologies, whether they're simpler database-driven applications or richer applications with
Hell yeah,
sophisticated
dude.
user interfaces using either Windows-specific or cross-platform libraries and frameworks. Cloud services. You can write and deploy applications designed for just about any cloud provider, whether it's a more infrastructure-focused service or one of the platform services that the bigger players such as Azure, Amazon, or Google offer. There's support for F#.
Yep, gotta write fucking Azure Fabric.
Mobile applications. Through the Xamarin and upcoming MAUI projects, Microsoft offers a full suite of frameworks and tools for developing mobile applications for both Android and iOS.
Okay, well, I don't need to necessarily have him read this part because I want to get started. So I'm basically, yeah, all of these things: desktop, background worker, a TUI, a cloud service, and a mobile app, and a web service. So like most of this stuff, we're building out a reporting platform to integrate with all the Azure, Power BI, and I get to do it. And I'm picking this motherfucking language. Now, this really does look super powerful and interesting. And the best part about it, I want to look at this real quick, and then we'll get back to it. What the heck happened? There is because I was ready to lean into. Let me show y'all this real quick because this was pretty cool too. I don't want to sleep on it, but so I got this boilerplate right for Phoenix Live View. It's fucking $300. I'll use it eventually, maybe someday. But either way, what's really neat about it, you get this entire system, like a whole SaaS service built out for you immediately, and you can just get started. But it's in Elixir. Long story short, they're fucking up over there. I'm not really buying what they're selling. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to be too overly negative. I know people love it, and that's cool. But since I'm going to be in the Microsoft ecosystem, this makes more sense. And what's really neat is, let me see what Claude said. Claude pointed me to a framework that apparently in F# is just as capable, just not as popular, but it's not as sexy, I guess. But the fake, is that what you call it? The fake stack for F# that matches what LiveView is offering. So yeah, okay, so the F# fake. It's kind of funny name, but yeah, fake.build. So yeah, all right. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's the direction that we're moving in. And so I'm going to skip past this. How will this boot? Actually, I want to hear that part. Okay, I'll shut up now. Let's go back. Left, brother. Did you find your mother, brother? Okay.
Section 1.4. How will this book teach me F#? This book is designed to teach software developers who already understand the fundamentals of software development how to develop F# applications on the .NET platform. It won't teach you everything about the F# language. It's not a reference guide. But it will teach you the core of the language in a way that will give you the confidence to start creating applications and learning how to find out more about the language and ecosystem on your own. As part of the journey of describing F#, this book will also teach you the basics of FP. You won't need to know anything about FP before buying this book, and you won't leave it as an expert in F#. However, you will understand the core concepts and be able to apply them in the real world to build applications from simple console applications to fully featured web applications.
I'm excited.
Section 1.5. How does F# work? This section tries to give you a feel for how development in F# looks and feels. It's based not only on my own experiences of the language, but also on those of many others who have used it extensively. Figure 1.1 shows you how I see some of the common features of what your development experience will look like.
Figure 1.1, the mental model of the development process in F#.
Section 1.5.1, Collaborative Exploration. One of the features...
Oh, hold on there, Paco. Let's take a look. By the way, check this out. I found this app yesterday, and this is literally a game changer. Where's it at? I can't even find it. Where's my game changer? Here it is. This thing was $30, and all I wanted was a clipboard. I just wanted something to just copy everything that I copied, but keep it. Like, just capture everything that I copy and just keep it. And that's literally what this does. It's $30. It's not a subscription. I mean, it's ugly as hell, but it is fucking fast. And it captures actually like the literal HTML images. It captures images. It's fucking incredible. This is like where one of them had a whole ass web. Yeah, like look at this. This was just a Control A, Control C on a web page, and it captured all of that beautifully. And the best part about this, because like I was using, or I'm gonna keep using it, but Raindrop.io, it's a pretty good bookmarking tool. It's solid, but it's just for the browser. This other app is for literally everything, including anything you copy from the browser. And source URL. This is fucking amazing. So you already know where it came from, which is a big deal. And the window title. So you have context already. So you really don't even need to group them. You can. Check this out. You can do fucking, where's it at? The highlight. I mean, you can have favorites. It does a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, check these guys out. It's Clip Cache Pro is what it's called. And they have some other stuff that I didn't need, but are also very cool. But man, 30 fucking bucks, dude, that's crazy. And it writes everything to a local SQLite database that you can back up. I mean, just fucking amazing. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh wait, but I wanted to look at this. Copy image. Yeah, so look at it. I just copied it, right? Look how fucking fast it's dude. It's fucking amazing software. Okay, anyway. All right, so start here, developer. Oh shit. Developer. Domain, collab. General coding loop. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. Let's just get on with it. Collaborative, whatever.
Section 1.5.1, Collaborative Exploration. One of the features of the F# development experience that might not be so familiar to you is that it contains a highly interactive scripting mode where you can experiment with different ways of modeling code, try different ways of implementing solutions, and see how they work. Once you're happy with the result, you can quickly migrate it into a full-blown application, whether a console application or a data-driven web API running on ASP.NET Core, the standard .NET web server. Another aspect is the collaborative element that F# brings. F# syntax is highly readable for non-technical people, and combined with its type system, it is especially effective for domain modeling. This means that you can, and I have done many times, sit alongside a customer and, starting from ground zero, try to build up a model of a real-world system and test it out with some arbitrary code.
No way.
There's no need for a console test runner or full-blown database, just some code and in-memory data. It's a much more iterative process, where ideas can be tested and thrown away at low cost, and both you and the domain experts can start to build a common understanding of the system you're trying to model. Section 1.5.2, Type-Driven Development. F# is a type-safe, statically typed programming language, which means that you formally declare the types of your system, and the compiler will enforce rules that you define about those types. F# makes it very, very easy, and therefore cheap, to create and use types, meaning that you generally can afford to be a little more specific in how you model your systems. Doing this means that your code can be used to encode more business rules and is clearer and easier to read than it might otherwise be. Doing this not only means that we can more easily support business rules about our types, but also protects against accidentally mixing and matching incorrect types of data. Finally, it also helps from a readability point of view. For example, while both city and country in an address type might be strings, in F#, it wouldn't be unusual to have wrapper types for both, each with their own invariant rules and constraints. So, although F# is totally happy with you not doing any of this stronger domain modeling, it also doesn't impose much of a cost on doing so, and thus encourages us to do the right thing up front. Section 1.5.3, Trusting the Compiler. Following from this, one of the things that F# encourages us to do is to trust the compiler. In many statically typed programming languages, software developers see the compiler as their enemy, something that must be somehow overcome to run your program so that you can test whether it works. In F#, this relationship changes to one where the compiler becomes your partner, giving you guidance and help to write code that does the correct thing. Eventually, the developer trusts the compiler to prove business rules without feeling the need to run the application at all. While F#'s type system isn't all-powerful, it has enough smart features so that you can often code for several hours at a time, modeling your systems, writing functions, mapping types from one shape to another, and following the trail of breadcrumbs that the compiler gives you to follow to get your code working correctly without ever once running your application. Generally, once your code compiles, the first time you run it after the coding session, you'll find it works. So, you and your team will typically spend, as a proportion of your entire development flow, more time actually coding and less time trying things out in the app end-to-end. I know that this sounds unlikely, unbelievable even, but it's true. This is based not only on my own experiences, but also on working with and speaking to lots of different F# teams and solo developers. They all say the same thing. F# makes them more confident developers because it helps them do the right thing. Section 1.5.4, An Opinionated Language. F# is an opinionated language, and it optimizes for a specific way of writing applications safely that leads to fewer bugs and quicker time to market. The language makes it easy to do the right thing the first time, and, conversely, makes you pay a cost for doing the wrong thing. For example, imagine you're writing a system that needs to export a report in either Excel, PDF, or web formats. In F#, the compiler will give you a warning or error if you forget to handle any of those cases. If you add a fourth report module in the future, the compiler will again instantly show you every place you'll need to change your code to handle the new report. This kind of approach is shown throughout the language, meaning that you'll have much more confidence when your code compiles that it actually works as you expect it to. Section 1.5.5, Data and Functions. Although F# is different from the majority of popular mainstream languages out there, it's not hard to learn. It eliminates many concepts that you would need to know in the object-oriented world, such as inheritance and polymorphism. It replaces those with a simple idea. You have data that represents the state of your application and functions that act on that data. Each function knows how to transform some data of one type into another type, and you compose those transformations into pipelines. You repeat this pattern throughout your application until the very end of the request, at which point you'll, for example, write out a file or return some JSON data to the caller of your web service. For example, you might have a validation function that can handle a customer purchase request, another function that can convert that request into an invoice, and another one that can email the invoice to the customer. In fact, this simplicity makes it a great choice for non-software developers, including, but not only, data analysts. Section 1.5.6, Separation of Business Logic and External Systems. Another thing you'll notice with F# is that because of the features of the language, it encourages, but doesn't force you, to maintain a separation between your domain logic and external dependencies, such as databases or web services. Doing this has many benefits. To start, your code will generally be more easily testable. If you want to create some unit tests for a specific portion of code, you'll find that it's more likely to already support testing, or if not, be easier to refactor out to do so. This also feeds into the exploratory scripting phase that I mentioned at the start of this section. Using scripts is something that you might well carry on into the main development cycle of your application as a way to quickly call parts of the codebase in an ad hoc fashion. This is especially useful for parts of the system that are more difficult to reach within your main application. People commonly use console test rigs or even unit testing libraries for this, but an interactive script is normally a much more effective and efficient tool. Section 1.5.7, Varied Targets. F# has a flexible and varied set of target devices and platforms that it can compile into. .NET itself supports Mac, Linux, and Windows platforms, as well as all the major cloud vendors, and can develop desktop app software or back-end services. Alternatively, you can write web applications with F# that either focus on back-end data-oriented web services using ASP.NET Core, or you can target the browser using the Fable project, which compiles F# directly into JavaScript, or Xamarin Maui, which compiles into iOS or Android. Regarding data access, a plethora of libraries are available to you, including those built into .NET, C# packages that you can seamlessly use in F#, or bespoke F# wrappers, designed to give the highest fidelity F# experience. So you'll have ready-made access to SQL and JSON libraries, cloud platforms such as Microsoft Azure or Amazon Web Services, AWS, and much more. In some ways, F# gets the best of both worlds. You have a feature set that many other languages, including C#, have been playing catch-up to for a few years now, but at the same time, you'll have access to a popular, mature, high-performance, and reliable platform and ecosystem in .NET. Summary. F# is a robust, succinct, and performant general-purpose programming language. F# runs on top of .NET, a runtime that can target multiple operating systems and devices. F# can be used for a variety of application types, from console to web to cloud applications. F# has a lightweight and interactive scripting mode that is ideal for exploration. F# syntax is simple enough that non-technical people can read it, making it a useful tool for collaboration. F# is highly productive, rewarding, and fun to use. F# makes it easy for you to do the right thing and, conversely, gives you guardrails to stop writing code that is likely to fail. F# has a basic model of data and functions, which is simple to learn yet made powerful through composition.
All right, here we go. Config. Let's do it.
F# may be different than other languages you've used, but it's powerful and useful. In this chapter, we'll get started coding and dive into what makes F# great. Section 2.1. Writing code the F# way. Let's start by considering some of the principles behind F# with a quick compare and contrast with typical so-called curly brace languages such as Java and C#. It's worth doing before we start diving into the code so that you're mentally prepared for some of the differences you might observe when doing F#. In some ways, much of what you read in this section is similar to what I said in Chapter 1, except this is a more code-focused examination. How much of a functional programming language is F#? We'll cover this in more detail later, but in a nutshell, F# encourages what I consider the two most important parts of functional programming, FP, expressions, and immutability. It also has many other features that support flexible functions, such as composition and currying, and numerous recently added features have made their way into many other languages, such as lambdas and pattern matching. However, it doesn't support or enforce more hardcore FP features, such as pure functions, type classes, or higher-kinded types. Section 2.1.1. What, not how? Imperative code can be thought of as the low-level how you want to implement something, typically a set of lower-level instructions. Conversely, declarative code concentrates more on expressing the what you want to achieve and leaving the low-level details to another party. In this case, a compiler. Here's an example of an imperative way of filtering out odd numbers from a list using both imperative code, I'm using C# syntax here, and the equivalent declarative variant, written in F#.
See this code.
Both samples do the same thing.
Ugh, that's C#, brother. I enumerable int get even numbers. That's how they do type declaration with the... I fucking hate pointing brackets. Do y'all write enough fucking HTML? I guess that's not terrible, but I still don't. That's interesting. I'd never seen it before. Huh.
Both samples do the same thing. However, while the declarative version is focused on stating what we want and leaving the compiler to work out the nitty-gritty, the imperative version takes ownership of how we want to filter the numbers by creating an intermediary list, iterating through each item one by one, etc.
Oh, I see. These are doing the same thing. Oh. Well, okay. But we're not here to talk about C#.
Of course, most languages have libraries to support a declarative model, such as LINQ in C#, streams in Java, and so on. In F#, this is the de facto way of working and is much more pervasive than you might be used to. If you're used to the imperative model of developing, this can feel a little like giving up control. However, once you're used to it, it's very difficult to go back.
Yeah, this is perfect for me. I knew it just called out to me. Because I wrote SQL for 8 years, and SQL is declarative. Hell yeah, brother.
Of course, most languages have libraries to support a declarative model, such as LINQ in C#.
Oh.
Section 2.1.2, Composability. F# also emphasizes composition rather than inheritance to achieve reuse, with support for this baked into the language. Functions are the main component of reuse rather than classes, so expect to write small functions that plug together to create powerful abstractions. Individual functions are nearly always easier to understand and reason about than entire sets of methods coupled together through state in a class. As such, making changes to existing code is much easier to do with a greater degree of confidence. Here's a simple example of how we might build behaviors into more powerful ones in C# and F#, trying to get all even numbers from a list, and then square each. Again, in C#, I've deliberately kept things at the method level, but you should also consider the effort required when trying to compose more complex sorts of behaviors across classes and objects.
See this code.
Where are the types? F# is a statically typed language, just like languages such as Java and C#. But it has an extremely powerful type inference engine, which means it has the succinctness close.
Wait, what? What is it? Here's a simple example. I'm going to build into powerful ones in C# and F#. Oh, this is C#. That's F#. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Looks like OCaml.
F# is a statically typed language, just like languages such as Java and C#. But it has an extremely powerful type inference engine, which means it has the succinctness close to dynamic languages such as Python, yet with the backing of a strong type system and compiler, so you get the best of both worlds. More on this later. I'm not going to explain what the forward composition symbol does yet, but if you look at the F# version of code, you can visually observe that we're somehow plugging the get even numbers and square numbers functions together. This mode of design is, again, very common, building small functions and bits of code that do a single thing well, and then composing them together into larger, more complex parts later.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Section 2.1.3, Data and Behavior.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
key pattern you'll commonly see in F# is a clear separation of data and behavior. If you're coming from a language that uses object orientation, OO, as the key mechanism for organizing code, you'll find this a little different. Instead of having classes that have both state and behaviors fused together, F# encourages you to design code with simple data types with modules of functions that act on those types. For example, in the OO world, in a retail web application, you might have a basket class with methods such as addItem, clear, and checkout on them, plus the internal encapsulated state, what the items in the basket are, etc. When you call methods on them, they would perform some action and modify that internal private state. In the FP world, you'd have an immutable record that stores the current state of the basket, for example, what the items in it are, and a module with stateless functions such as addItem, clear, and checkout. Each function would do some action and then return an updated version of the basket. This generally leads to much simpler code that's easier to write, understand, and test, and is more flexible and simpler to maintain. Of course, you'll learn exactly why that is in this book. Section 2.1.4, Working with a Smarter Compiler. F# as a language inevitably changes how you write code. I think of myself as a lazy developer. I like having things done for me. F# helps a great deal in this regard, especially for boilerplate activities that in other languages need more care to ensure you've done the right thing.
What?
Let's take a simple example in which you're a developer working on a small change to an existing application. Imagine you decide to add a new field to an existing class. You find the class and add the new field to it. Your code compiles, and you carry on with your day. Unfortunately, while you can reference this new field elsewhere, you forgot to account for all the code paths that create objects of this type, and, unfortunately, left a code path where this field is not initialized. Later, you run the application and receive a null reference exception somewhere further down the call stack. Or perhaps you're unlucky and don't notice the bug because it's in a particularly obscure branch of code. Instead, a few months later, your users hit that code path, crashing the application and forcing a costly new release. You could, of course, write unit tests to force this issue to the surface sooner. Unfortunately, developers often don't write unit tests, particularly for seemingly innocuous changes such as this. After all, who has time to write unit tests like this when there's real work to be done for our customers and deadlines to hit? Wouldn't it be nice if the language itself could support us here to prevent this kind of situation from occurring? In the F# world, adding a new field will instantly stop your code compiling until you explicitly set the value of the new field at initialization time, everywhere. You can only deal with how that new field is being used after you've fixed all the assignments and usages. Nulls aren't allowed for F# types either, so you can't set it as such. Instead, F# has the notion of optional values, which force you to account for the possibility of missing values. The net result? You'll spend slightly more time fixing compiler issues and evaluating possible branches of code, but a whole lot less time testing and fixing runtime issues. In this example, you don't need to write any unit tests to guarantee consistency of the type, nor is there a risk of getting a null reference exception at runtime, and you won't need to debug it to prove that you won't get one. You may feel an instinctive negative reaction to what I've just told you. After all, why would you want a compiler to get in the way of writing code and slow you down from running your application? Don't worry, this is a normal reaction and part of the learning curve in trusting the compiler to help us write correct code in a much richer way than we're used to, which saves us a lot more time further down the road. As an example, imagine you're a developer meeting a customer for a first discovery workshop. They're looking for you to build an IT system that can manage their train stock and inventory, and the first question you want answered is, what is a train? What information needs to be captured? What kind of carriages does a train have? After talking for a while with your customer, you end up with the following model. It captures things like the carriages that a train is made up of, including what class they are, what features each carriage has, and the stops that the train will make.
Oh, wow.
Listing 2.1, a domain model of a train system.
Thanks, babe.
Obviously, as this may be your first exposure to F#, some of the symbols, keywords, and concepts here may be unfamiliar to you. Nonetheless, hopefully you can see how F# syntax is lightweight and easy on the eye compared to some other programming languages and how something like this.
All right, hold on. My girl came in and distracted me with her big old booty. Let's see. A domain model of a train system. Open systems. I guess that's like package main. Go is my reference, and JavaScript, I don't really... But I assume that's what that is. Open system. There's no func main, finally. That shit gets old. Type feature. Fair enough. Ooh, man. Clean, brother. No fucking quotes everywhere. And I love it. Look at that. That's kind of weird, but I'm good with it. Type carriage kind. I assume these are just properties. Passenger of. Ooh. A little bit of English style. Buffet of. Of int. Oh, so that's type declaration instead of like a colon. Well, I wonder what this is. Yeah, we'll find out. Nice, man. Oh my gosh.
Obviously, as this may be your first exposure to F#, some of the symbols, keywords, and concepts here may be unfamiliar to you. Nonetheless, hopefully you can see how F# syntax is lightweight and easy on the eye compared to some other programming languages and how something like this could be read and understood by a domain expert. Section 2.2, F# and .NET. .NET is the runtime or platform that F# code primarily executes on, although that's not the only platform that F# can target. .NET is free to use, open source, cross-platform, and capable of running on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Although the majority of .NET is written in, and primarily designed for consumption by, C#, F# has great support for interacting with C# code. .NET provides a great deal of functionality and capabilities that you can directly use from F#, whether it's working with the file system, automated memory management, web development, or databases.
Sweet.
In addition, you can download over 200,000 ready-made packages from the official NuGet website. .NET and the set of libraries it comes with are fully open-sourced by Microsoft and free to use. I thought .NET was Windows only. The original incarnation of .NET, the .NET framework, was indeed Windows only, although it had an open-source cross-platform sibling called Mono. Today, .NET Framework is effectively in maintenance mode and has been replaced by what was initially known as .NET Core, and now simply .NET. The latest long-term supported version of .NET at the time of writing is .NET 6. You can reference any .NET assembly from F# and vice versa. F# has interoperability features to...
The good thing, by the way, this book was published April of this year, so this is up to date.
You can reference any .NET assembly from F# and vice versa. F# has interoperability features to allow seamless interaction across languages, while also taking advantage of F# specific features to make dealing with .NET libraries more convenient. You can consume and create classes with inheritance, interfaces, properties, and methods. Indeed, one of the strengths of F# is that it permits the developer to mix both FP and OO styles where appropriate. So, if you're already a .NET developer, you're not going to have to give up the libraries that you already know, or the knowledge you've learned over the past years regarding the Common Language Runtime, CLR, garbage collection, reflection, and so forth. And if you're not a C# expert, the documentation you read about .NET, even if the samples are written C#, will generally be just as applicable to F#. Figure 2.1 shows...
Wait, what? I guess that's very Microsofty. They always have some kind of common data model, common this, common that. If you're already a .NET developer, you're not going to have to give up, which I am not. You learned over the past years regarding the CLR. Oh, okay. So that's just some runtime reflection. And if you're not a C# expert, the documentation you read about .NET, even if the samples are written in C#, will generally be just as applicable. I don't see how, but okay, I believe you.
Figure 2.1 shows how the three main languages, C#, F#, and VB.NET, running on .NET today, can work together in a single application. All three compile into the same interoperable intermediary language, IL, and exist on top of the same CLR.
People still
Figure
write that
2.1,
shit. I didn't know
a
it was...
simplified view of the .NET language and runtime landscape.
In terms of tooling, the main integrated development environments, IDEs, such as Visual Studio Code, VS Code, and JetBrains Writer, all have very good F# tooling. If you're coming from a C# background, the experience won't have quite as many bells and whistles. After all, C#'s tooling is probably best in class. But if you're coming from other languages, F# might be a pleasant surprise, with editor auto-completion, type hints, semantic navigation, and refactorings, plus excellent command line tooling through the .NET Command Line Interface, CLI. In short, F# has all the pieces in place for you to take full advantage of the .NET ecosystem and allow you to write basically anything you want. Section 2.3, Creating Your First F# Program. There's one thing I've learned from teaching F# for some years now, and that's that you won't learn it unless you do it. So let's start as we mean to go on and write some basic F# together. Section 2.3.1, Installing F#. As an integral part of .NET, F# can be installed on Linux, Mac, and Windows operating systems. To install it, navigate to this link and follow the instructions to install version 6 of the .NET SDK, not just the runtime, for your operating system. Once you're done installing, congratulations, you've now successfully installed F#. Section 2.3.
Okay, I think I did, but let's just do it for posterity's sake. So, and I'm going to do this on my Linux box because I'm going to deploy to a Debian server. So I'm not going to do it on Windows. And that should be fine to install and navigate to. Okay, here, let's see. No. Good God, what is this? Why does it look like that? ASP.NET downloads. Oh, here we go. .NET 8 download. Oh, wait, yeah, I did do this earlier. So it's literally just an executable. But wait, but that's on Windows. Other downloads. .NET Linux install. Ubuntu. That's my dev box, so it should be pretty similar, so I'll just go with this. Package manager. Oh, it's recommended that you choose between either Ubuntu or Microsoft feeds to source .NET packages. Don't mix .NET packages from multiple package repositories. Leads to problems. Yeah, bane of software development. It's fucking annoying. This article had installed Ubuntu with 22. I'm on 24, which is LTS, but it'll probably work. Most supported versions are... Okay, yeah, there it is. 2404. Install the SDK, which includes a runtime if you want to develop .NET apps. Okay, so I want the SDK. Without a package manager, see one of the following. Using a package manager to install .NET from the market. Maybe I should check if it's already installed. I'll go ahead and save this to .NET. .NET. .NET Vinaigrette Linux, brother. .NET dash dash. Okay. Wow. Whoops. Not there. Which .NET? Okay, so I don't think it's here. Which makes sense. So then we would just install. I kind of don't want to use APTs because their shit's always old and crusty. I'm going to use the script. Actually, I'm going to use ASDF. I think ASDF plugin add. Let me check first. Plugin. Plugins. .NET Core. Yeah, so I would say ASDF has been really good to me, and you can use it for multiple programming languages, utilities, all kinds of stuff. So it's really easy to install. I would say use this. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to keep using this in terms of the continuity throughout the course. So, yeah, if you're following along, just Google ASDF and get it installed. You just git clone the repo and then put it in your path, so it's pretty easy. But ASDF plugin add .net. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. So first you add the plugin, ASDF plugin add, and then the plugin name, and then ASDF install whatever the thing is. So .NET Core, and then the version. But I just want the latest, so you can just say latest, and that'll give you the latest stable version. It's deprecated, huh? I'll just ignore that, assume everything's fine. And then you got to do declare a version. So ASDF global, because I don't have like multiple versions. ASDF global, .NET Core, Core, and then the version, so latest. Alright. Are these different? Why is this? Why is this here? Looks like it's I'm not gonna worry about it. Looks like a repeat. Okay, so if how do I check then if I got it done correctly? Okay, that's what I thought. Trojan man install that next. Oh, that's probably what I wanted, but oh well. No, I did that. Is that .net? Okay, cool. All right. Is that all I needed? The SDK, not just the runtime. Oh, okay. I don't think I installed the SDK. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, I did. That was the SDK. Okay, so yeah, you can use ASDF. All right, we're cool. We are solid.
Historically, .NET was very much a thing that was highly coupled to Microsoft's own IDE, Visual Studio. Today, things are very different. .NET can be installed without any IDE and has a rich and extensible command line tooling platform known as the .NET CLI. The CLI lets us perform many actions that historically would only have been possible through Visual Studio, such as creating, building, running, and testing your applications. Wherever possible, we'll be using the .NET CLI that is included with .NET 6 for all such activities. There are many benefits to this approach. For example, it works consistently across all operating systems, which makes my life as an author much easier, and can be much more easily automated than using a GUI. However, if you prefer a point-and-click approach, the main IDEs all support the ability to create applications via menus and wizards. Section 2.3.3, Hello World in F#. Let's create a basic F# console application using the .NET CLI.
Oh, we're doing it. Okay. Yeah, baby. Okay, get into my zone. Desktop. Div. This is good enough. F hash. F hash. No, F hash in action. .NET new console lang. A whole lot just happened. Okay. At least it didn't. I swear the last like 4 languages that I've tried, even following books like down to the T, the first fucking thing you run, error. That shit's so disheartening. Although I don't see Hello World here, but I didn't get an error. That's a plus.
Can I create other application types? The .NET new command can create a whole host of different application types, for example, web apps, class libraries, etc., called templates. You can see all the available templates using the .NET new -- list command. What's especially good is that the templates stored in .NET are extensible, so you can build your own and share them on .NET's new Get package management system.
Oh, that's cool.
The very first time you run this, you'll get a bunch of text, but at the end, you should see something like the following.
See this code.
If you now get a directory listing using, for example, the dir.
Okay, processing. I just want to make sure my shit's processing, post creation. Okay. Well, all right. Cool.
If you now get a directory listing using, for example, the dir or ls commands, you'll see that 2 files have been created.
See this code.
Why do I need to specify F#? Don't forget that .NET supports 3 languages, C#, F#, and Visual Basic, VB.NET. C# is the default language for the .NET CLI, so you need to specify lang F# whenever you want to create a new template that supports both F# and C#. However, you can switch F# to be the default language instead by setting the .NET_new_preferred_lang environment variable to the value F#. Doing this means you won't have to enter -lang ever again. We'll investigate the con. Don't forget.
Wait. Hold on. Slow down, brother. Okay, if you now get a directory listing, dir ls commands. I got no set. I just got one, brother. Program. fsproj. Oh, maybe that's f language crash 5 times. Okay. Why? Server will be. Oh, because I moved the directory. I guess that's why. I'm assuming because this is on Linux, I get. Oh, that's sick. You can get the little REPL. Man, dude, this is gonna be some good fun. Yeah, workspace, refresh. Awesome. I just get the program thing. This is probably on Windows. Is he on Win? He is on Windows. He's on this. Okay, so that's probably why I don't have a fsproj. Fair enough. Why do I need to specify .NET supports C# and Visual Basic? C# is the default. Okay. So you need to specify. However, you can switch F# to be the default instead by setting environment variable to the value F#. Wait. Oh, okay. In your path. Okay. I will do that. Micro home ish. Do. Export path. Or no, what am I doing? Shit. No, just export .NET. New preferred lang. All right. I forgot. I got a fucking keybind clash. That's why I don't use this thing. Just fucking close it. Okay, my bad. All right. Alt to my terminal. I probably should have just done that in the first place. Termius. Fucking Hornets. What do y'all want? Ta-da. And that should be okay.
Don't forget that .NET. We'll investigate the contents of those files in a short while, but for now, let's just run the application using the command .NET run. After a short delay, you should see the following output.
See this code.
Congratulations.
Oh, that was my preview. I was wondering what the hell. Okay. F sharp, F in action. I'm up in there. .NET run. Hooray. Okay. Hello from F hash.
It's time to look at some F# for the first time. While you could use a simple text editor to do this, F# applications are just text files. Let's take this opportunity to install a free dedicated code editor called Visual Studio Code, or VS Code. VS Code is an extensible, mostly, open-source free code editor that works across the three main OS choices: Linux, Mac.
My bad. Got to reset the view here. Install VS Code. Obviously, already did that. Let's hear this.
There are three main options for F# IDE that I would recommend today. Microsoft Visual Studio, which is Windows only, and has a free Community Edition and paid licenses, as well as a sibling for Apple, VS for Mac. Second,
It's
JetBrains
terrible.
Writer is a commercial IDE that works across all three OSs. Lastly, there's VS Code. Section 2.4.1, the Ionide extension. Out of the box.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I have a license through work for Visual Studio, but it's just so. It's just a fucking behemoth, you know? And honestly, there's so much support for VS Code. All the support converges here anyway, so I just don't see a fucking reason to fight it, brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going with.
Out of the box, VS Code doesn't support F#. That's not a surprise or a problem because VS Code is designed to be an extensible and language-agnostic code editor. To add F# support, you need to install the Ionide extension. This free extension provides rich F# support, including code completion, type hinting, navigation, and refactorings. 1. Navigate to the Extensions panel, View menu Extensions. 2. In the search box, search for Ionide. 3. Find the Ionide F# extension and click the Install button. After a short delay, the extension will install. You're now good to go. Section 2.4.2, Exploring F# with VS Code. Let's start by...
Okay, wait. Ionide, F sharp. I think I grabbed that one already, but Ionide. Ooh, there's a fake one. F fake. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one too. Enhanced F sharp language features, part of the Ionide plugin suite. Six or seven, but we have 8. Hopefully that's okay. But that looks like the one. Okay.
Let's start by loading the Hello World application that you created earlier into VS Code. One way to do that is by navigating within a terminal into the Hello World directory you created earlier and entering the command.
See this code.
Note the period at the end, which tells VS Code to open in the current directory. You'll now be looking at a window something like Figure 2.2.
Oh, there it is right there.
Figure
FS Prime.
2.2, the VS Code window. Note the default sidebar position is on the left of the code editor.
Double-click the program.fs file to open it in the main editor pane.
See this code.
Pretty simple, right? No need for classes or static void main or opening namespaces or importing modules, just some simple code. The first line is a comment that starts with // The second line is actual F#. Printfn is a function that prints some text to the console. It actually does more than that, but for now, that's sufficient. There's also an .fsproj file, which isn't necessary to look at just yet. It contains the manifest of your application, such as what type of project it is, for example, an executable or reusable library, and the explicit list of all the F# files to compile. This is unlike some platforms where all files in the folder are automatically used. Section 2.4.3, Writing your first F#. Let's make a quick change to the application so that it prints your name and the current date and time.
See this code.
Oh shit, it's happening. All right. Let name equal me. Thought I was gonna give you my name, brother. Nice try, buddy. fucking know you. All right. Yeah, let time equal system date time UTC now. Almost there. Copilot UTC now. Escape. Hello from F Sharp. My name is Wiki Wiki. I know I don't have to write it exactly, but I have to. OCD. The time is time. All right.
See this code.
The first line assigns the value Isaac to the symbol name. Note that I didn't use the word variable, but symbol. There's a good reason for that, which will become clear later. The second line gets the current date and time in UTC format using the date-time type, which lives in the system namespace. What's a namespace? A namespace is a way to logically group types in a system. Many of the core types in .NET live in the system namespace, including primitive types such as string and int32, and common classes such as environment, among others. We'll come back to namespaces later. The third and final line has also changed in several ways from our original application. We've prepended the $ symbol at the start of the string, which allows us to inject any value directly within the string as long as it's...
Wait, why did my shit come out like that? My name is name? I didn't see where he had cut off. Or did I miss it? Oh, I ain't got no $, brother. Okay, so that's what tells it that it's string interpolation. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah.
See this code.
The first line
Oh, shit.
The first line assigns the value Isaac to the symbol name. Note that I didn't use the word variable, but symbol. There's a good reason for that, which will become clear later. The second line gets the current date and time in UTC format using the date-time type, which lives in the system namespace. What's a namespace? A namespace is a way to logically group types in a system. Many of the core types in .NET live in the system namespace, including primitive types such as string and int32, and common classes such as environment, among others. We'll come back to namespaces later. The third and final line has also changed in several ways from our original application. We've prepended the $ symbol at the start of the string, which allows us to inject any value directly within the string as long as it's surrounded by curly brackets. This is known as string interpolation. We've used this to inject name and time into the string. Launch the program again using .NET Run and observe that the output is changed as expected.
See this code.
Congratulations! You've now actually written your first F# code. You should now take the time to configure VS Code to your liking. As VS Code is always changing with new features and extensions, you should also take some time to see what else is out there that suits the way you like to work. Section 2.5, REPL and Scripts. You've now seen how to work with console applications, a concept that I expect is familiar to you regardless of which language you're coming from. However, there's another side to developing F#, which you may or may not be familiar with, scripting. You might already be familiar with some languages that have good support for scripting, including Python and Clojure. Others, such as Java and C#, have more limited or even non-existent scripting modes. Section 2.5.1, the F# REPL. A core part of scripting is having a great REPL. REPL, which stands for Read Evaluate Print Loop, is a mechanism that allows you to enter arbitrary, ad hoc code into a standalone environment and get immediate feedback without compiling and building a dedicated application. Instead of being used when running an application, a REPL is used when developing it. You send code to the REPL, which evaluates the code and prints the result. This feedback loop, depicted in Figure 2.3, is a tremendously productive way to develop. Here are some example uses for a REPL. Writing new business logic that you want to add to your application. Coming up with a new data model for your domain. Testing existing production code with a predefined set of data. Exploring a new NuGet package that you've heard about in a lightweight exploratory mode. Performing rapid data analysis and exploration.
Figure 2.3, the REPL cycle in action.
The emphasis is on short, rapid exploration cycles, trying out ideas in a low-cost manner and getting cheap feedback before pushing that into the application code base. What's nice about F# is that because the language allows you to encode business rules succinctly and with a powerful type system, you can often have a great deal of confidence that your code will work without first running it. Instead, you'll find yourself working in the REPL more, trusting the compiler, and focusing on writing code that delivers business value. In F#, the tool for the REPL is known as F# Interactive, or FSI. Section 2.5.2, Trying out FSI. FSI is an application that is bundled with .NET. To run it, open a terminal and type .NET FSI. You'll see a response that looks something like the following.
See this code?
The prompt at the end is where you can start typing in F#. Let's test it out. 1. Type 1 plus 2 double semicolon and press enter. Don't forget the 2 semicolons. 2. You'll see the response valid colon and equal sign 3.
That's fucking
3.
sick.
Enter
I love it.
system.datetime.now double semicolon. 4. You'll get a response with the current date and time, plus various other fields that .NET's datetime object captures.
Ah, yeah.
FSI is a stateful REPL. This means that you can store data in one command and reference the result in the next. Try this out. 1. Enter let version equals.
Hold on, brother. Goddamn. Let version equals 6. Is that a dot? I don't think I have to type that. Okay. Okay, yeah. And then string interpolation thing again. F#. Oops, version is cool. Hoink, hoink. Oops. Do-do. F#6 is cool. Dude, I freaking love this. I think I'm gonna break for 25 minutes. I'm gonna go pee and clap my girl's cheeks real quick, and then I'll be back. I'm just gonna leave it running. We'll cut out the big silence and post, or big long, whatever you call it. Timer. Do I have a timer on this thing? Alarm. Alarm.js. Just give me a fucking clock, dude. There you go. Good grief. All right. Clock. Dun 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 dun. 1 minute, 1 hour, 5. Let's do how do I add one? Add. It probably won't quite be 30 minutes, but just in case. BRB. Clapping cheeks. Booyah. I'll be back. Back up in this motherfucker. Man, you know when they say, certain things happen, and then the response is, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. That's what I'm experiencing right now. Although I might actually wish it on my worst enemy because it is one hell of a punishment. I keep forgetting the name. It's somewhat, it's in my search history. If y'all have ever suffered from this, cholinergic urticaria, heat hives. So this just started recently. And it's like clockwork. Like if I get hot, I break out in these hives, and it's very temporary. Like they'll come and go in a matter of 60 seconds. But it is the weirdest thing. Like I look like a strawberry right now, and they'll be gone in like 30 seconds. But shit, man, I'm gonna get fat. I can't go extra. Well, I mean, I can, but it's like it just feels like needles all over your body. It's fucking horrific, and it just started like in the past month. And I think I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know fucking know why, but oatmeal baths, aloe vera. I haven't tried that. But yeah, it's like an allergy to heat and sunlight. What kind of shit is that? You can try to keep cool while exercising. How the fuck are you supposed to do that, brother? Fucking. So every time like I pop cheeks, it just I gotta time it just right because usually I like take my time with it, but now I can't. If I keep going too long, I'll get hot, and then I start itching, and then I can't bust a nut, and then it's just so fucking annoying. But in rare cases, can develop into serious or life-threatening condition. Signs of a serious case include hives all over the body. Oh God. Swelling in the deeper layers of the skin and bronchospasm. What is that? Am I dying? What the hell? Copy. This sounds serious. Chest tightness, shortness of breath, wheezing, coffee, tiredness, dizziness. Asthma, allergies. I've had that my whole life. Terrible asthma, allergies. Although it doesn't bother me. I think it's because I got a cat. I love him to death, so I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But smoking or vaping, oops. Chemical fumes. I honestly think this is it. You know what I really think? I think it's because I got this fucking. Oh, fuck. It's. Oh. I'm just waiting for it to pass. Then I'll start the thing. I just can't even I can't focus on anything while it's like. Oh, I'm just talking to keep my mind off. Fuck me, man. It feels like. Fucking. It's like the worst on my back. It just feels like. Someone has like a roller pin of just needles and just like rubbing it on my fucking back. Pet dander. I bet. See, I think it is because of my little cat, but fuck. But it's only when I get hot, so it's not like it's constant. And I don't know, whatever. This isn't a fucking doctor's office. It's going away. But yeah, it's just so weird because aside from the reaction to heat, and like it doesn't really manifest in any other way. Like I can breathe just fine. I do my work all day. But I spend all my time here. I started working from home, so like I think it's because I'm always around it. I don't know. Who fucking knows? All right, let's go back to it.
FSI is a stateful REPL. This means that you can store data in one command and reference the result in the next. Try this out. 1. Enter let version = 6 double semicolon. 2. Enter this. You'll see the output, valid : string =, F#6 is cool, in quotes. You can write functions, load data, and even reference other F# files or packages in FSI. In other words, you can write entire programs in it. The 2 semicolons at the end of each command tell FSI to execute the text currently in the buffer. Without this, FSI will continue to add that command to the buffer until it encounters double semicolons and will then execute all the queued commands together. When you want to quit the REPL, type exit 0 double semicolon. What is it? You probably noticed valid in FSI for the commands that you executed. What is it? It is the default symbol that any expressions are bound to if you don't explicitly supply one using the let keyword. So executing 1 + 1 double semicolon is the same as executing let it = 1 + 1 semicolon. Section 2.5.3, moving to interactive scripts. If you've tried the preceding exercise,
Wait, say it again.
you probably noticed valid in FSI for the commands that you executed. What is it? It is the default symbol that any expressions are bound to if you don't explicitly supply one using the let keyword.
Oh.
So executing 1 + 1 double semicolon is the same as executing let it = 1 + 1 semicolon.
Okay.
Section 2.5.3, moving to interactive scripts. If you've tried the preceding exercise, your first thought was probably something like, well, this is quite useful, but it's all in a basic command prompt. You get no syntax highlighting, no IntelliSense support, no nothing really. Working directly in FSI isn't great fun. Luckily, there's a much better way to work with FSI that does give you IntelliSense and syntax highlighting: F# scripts. Scripts are standalone F# files that have the extension .fsx. They don't require a project file and can be executed either as a single file of sequential commands or in an interactive mode where you can write code in a file with full editor support but send F# code, line by line, to the FSI and observe the results.
Sick.
Let's try it out. 1. In VS Code, create and open a new file called scratchpad.fsx. 2. In the code editor, type 1 + 2. 3. With the cursor still on that line, choose FSI. Send selection from the command palette. I recommend learning the keyboard shortcut for this, which is, by default, Alt + Enter on Windows and Option + Enter on Mac. 4. A new terminal in VS Code will appear called F2.
Hold on, brother. Okay, hold on. Slow down. Scratchpad. Got it. Type 1 + 2. Okay. Let me get rid of that. With the cursor still on that line, choose FSI. Choose FSI. Oh, I guess I can just hit this play button here. One, read arg count. Say what? Play it? What you? Okay, hold on. Let me just do what he's saying. While the cursor's still on that. Holy shit! Still on that line. Choose FSI. Send selection to the command palette. Oh, Alt Enter is that? Oh, it tells you Alt/. Okay. Cool. That's cool. Nice. All right. So Alt/ for me. That fucking wasp is huge. It really wants to get in here. A new terminal in VS Code will appear called F# interactive. Okay, that happened. And there you see the same introductory text. Yep. Create a new line and perform the same action. System, or good old reliable. Date time, just now. Alt/. That is slick. In the script, you get full syntax highlighting. Yeah. And we don't have to separate it too. Does it still accept it though? Is that? Yeah, you can still do it. Cool. Oh, and I don't have to be at the end either. Man, I really like that. Okay. If you repeatedly. Okay, let's go.
4. A new terminal in VS Code will appear called F# Interactive. In there, you'll see the same introductory text and the same result from the exercise in section 2.5.2. 5. Create a new line and perform the same action for system.datetime.now and observe the following. 1. In a script file, you get full syntax highlighting and autocomplete, so Typing System provides a dropdown with all possible types in that namespace. 2. If you repeatedly execute this line, the current time is continually recalculated and sent to the console. 6. If you highlight both lines and use the send selection command, FSI will send both lines one after the other to FSI. Section 2.5.4, State in the REPL. One big benefit of REPL over a console test harness application is that it is stateful. Thus, as we saw earlier, you can bind values to symbols using let. You can then use these values in subsequent commands, just like a program, but because you can access the data and arbitrarily interrogate and create new values from them, it's much more flexible and powerful. Do the following. 1. Enter let version =6 and send it to FSI. Henceforth, I will refer to this action as simply execute. 2. Execute $F# version and.
Okay, it's stateful. Saw earlier you can bind values using let. You can then use these values in subsequent, just like a program, but because you can access the data and arbitrarily interrogate and create new values from them, it is much more flexible and powerful. Do the following. Okay. Let version =6. Execute will now be referred to, or alt/ for me is now execute. Execute. Oh, this thing again. So version is cool again. I really like this. Okay, you should have correctly execute expression. F#6 is cool. I don't have a, oh, I do, a space. Okay. All right, brother. Hell yeah.
You should have the correctly executed expression F#6 is cool showing in the terminal. There's a catch, however. The state of FSI isn't automatically kept in sync with your script. You must ensure that you've executed the correct expressions in the correct order. Let me show you what I mean. 1. Restart FSI using the FSI start VS Code command, or by executing exit 0. This kills the current FSI session, losing all state. Observe that your code in the script still remains as is. 2. Execute the line of code from step 2 again, but not step 1. 3. You will now get a compiler error from FSI.
See this code.
This result is because although your script has the previous expression to create the version value, you never sent it to FSI, so it is unaware of it. Section 2.5.5, Creating your first function. To finish this chapter, let's create and test a function in our script that takes in someone's name and age and returns a string that's a greeting of the person. After all, F# is a functional language, right? Enter the following code in the script file that you already have open or create a new one. It doesn't matter. Whether you use a tab or space.
Let greet. What is that tiny subtext? What is that? Why is it so small? It's really small. And it's the same as it is out there. What the hell is that? By some setting. Weird. Okay. Let greet person name age equal. Can you not suggest like 50,000 things? Holy hell. Hello. Name. God, fuck. Can I turn that off? It's fucking annoying. UI. years old. What? It didn't work. Let greet person, name, age equal. Hello. Name. You are 8 years old. No, it didn't work. Oh, I gotta run it up here. Name is not defined. It's not? I don't know what's happening. Hello. It should work. Incomplete structure construct at or before this point in binding. Good grief. Who? How about that? Whether you use a tab or spaces, make sure that the body of the function is indented at least one space from the definition. Most people use 4 spaces. Now execute the function into FSI again. Using the send to FSI, you'll notice no result displayed. All we've done is compile the function into FSI. Incomplete structure construct at or before this point in binding. I don't understand why, though. The value or constructor name is not defined. Why the fuck is it saying that? Name, age. Okay, tests. Let's create and test a function or script that takes in someone's name and age, returns a string that is a greeting of the person, after all. In the script file that you already have open or create a new one, it doesn't matter. In the FSX, start VS Code command or by executing. What the fuck? Is that why? Did it get out of sync? Restart. Okay, so now that compiled the function, like greet person name age. Fucking bitch ass. What? What is that tiny? I think it's whatever that tiny text is like. A return, B return string. I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. Interrupt, interrupt, interrupt. Okay, let's try it again. Now that we killed it. What kind of whack is wrong with this script? Let greeting equal greet person Alice 30. I mean, that makes sense, but that's not the example. Is the book wrong? Everything else has worked, and it's pretty straightforward, I would think. State of FSI is automatically kept in sync with your script. You must ensure that you've executed the right expressions in the correct order. Let me show you what I mean. Restart FSI using the FSI VS Code start VS Code command. FSI start. Okay. Execute the line of code from step 2 again, but not step 1. Okay, then we get the error. Yes. Is unaware of it. Then we create first function in our script that takes in someone's name. I don't know if he got confused or what, but he said I could do it in the same one. Let greet person fuck me, man. I gotta turn that off. It's like way too aggressive. Where's it? Hints. Hints. Enable the inlay hints in the editor. There we go. Only if I ask for it, brother. Off unless pressed. Off. Oh, thank goodness. No. I did this the other day, and then I was working in Astro, so I wanted it back on. God damn it. Fucking annoying. Hint. Oh, that's why it's so tiny. to start VS Code. Hold on, I gotta close my window. God damn, right. But I still haven't found. But I'm looking for. All right, now we're going. Now we're rocking and rolling. I can finally see. Is that how you want to play it, Daywalker? Why is the fucking language server just fucking crashing? Hmm. Terminal. Okay, where were we? Like, greet person name. Still fucking doing it. Is this? Hmm. Oh, it's probably a Copilot, eh? Copilot, you motherfucker. Oh wait, I can just get. I think there's a little. It doesn't matter. Here or there, it doesn't matter. Copilot, code actions. Edits. Thank. Turn that shit off. Copilot editor. Uh, yeah, that was probably it. Thank gosh. All right. Okay, greet person. Name. Age. Equal. Return. says I can use a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 spaces. Okay, so that's convention. $sign. Hello. Name. You are age. Years old. What the fuck? Incomplete structured construct at or before this point in binding. What in the fuck is what? But I'm getting the compiled thingamabob, whatever he's saying. Val, whether you use tabbers, make sure the body of the function is indented at least one space from the definition. Most people use 4. FSI again, using the send to FSI command, you'll notice no result is displayed. What we've done is compile the function into FSI. What the fuck am I missing? It's like literally Val, greet person, but I get. Do I get that? I don't get that. Val, greet person, name. Okay, well, all right. You'll notice no result is displayed. The A, B represent generic types. We'll cover this later in more depth, but this is saying that name and age can be any type, string, integer, or customer. Doesn't matter at this point, the function will work with anything. It makes no fucking sense. Okay, how about, how did we, I already forgot how to do the REPL. I'm just going to try it in the command line, see if it works here. Oh, .NET FSI. Now let's try that fucking weak ass shit that I. Come on, man. This can't be the shit I get stuck on already. Greet person, name, fucking age. Yeah? Hello. Name. You are age. Years old. Hoi hoi. What, brother? Oh. Thank God. Okay, so it works in the REPL, but not in the script. So I'm sure I'm fucking up somehow, but do I have to call the end here? What's going on? Why the fuck isn't it working? Okay. Well, as long as it works in the REPL, I'm not gonna linger. I'm gonna linger. I want to understand it, man. This is too fucking simple. I already start fucking taking shortcuts, brother. Claude, my guy Claude here never lets me down. Hello, Claude. I'm working in VS Code, running F Sharp, and the below code works in the .NET FSI REPL, but not if I run it inside a FSX file. Why? I get an error. At or before point in binding. That's not why, brother. I tried it without that too. No, I tried it. Why is it? Whatever, it's my fault. Oh, you see the issue. You have a line break after the equal sign without providing the function body. In F sharp, if you're writing a multi-line function, you need to properly indent the body of the function. Here's how it should look. This is what mine looks like. I think it's something in my settings is yeah, something's fucking it up. Oh, is it because of this space right here? That would be goofy, but it might be. No. That's something goofy I did in my settings with the tabs. But we can test it if we just go single line, and then I'll be at least satisfied. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I fucking did, but you have a line break after without providing. No, but even that I think it is my settings. Where can I look to fix it? If I copy your corrected code, it still fails, but on a single line, it does not. True. Insert spaces, true. Also check if you have the correct line endings. Yeah, I remember doing something weird to this carriage return. Can be sensitive to this in VS Code's bottom right corner. You should see LF for Linux, Mac, or CRLF for Windows. VS Code's bottom right corner. You should see LF. Oh, okay, I do. Wait, but okay. So error. Let me try the other one. I don't know if it's because it's. I don't fucking know. Let's just try all of it. No, that's not it either. So it must be my settings. So it was on LF. Yeah, fucking JSON. See. Indentation rules enabled. Don't see that. Indentation. Enabled. True. It doesn't even see that shit. What is happening? F sharp. Indentation. Insert spaces. None of this should even exist. Editor tab size. Editor tab. Four. Control Shift X. Control Shift X. The fuck? Oh, what is that? My key binding is off. No, that's working. Control Shift X. Why is it calling this shit? Fucking snag it, brother. No. I actually love Snagit. Long time user. Pretty damn good at it. It's a good program, but I hate their fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. Control Shift X. That's much better. Okay, and then Ionide. Ionide. VS Code's gonna piss me off. Ionide. Fucking D, bro. Why isn't it typing the fucking D? The fuck? What? My D key does not work. What? That's weird. That's really weird. Uh, this, everything else is working. What the hell? My I can't even type it like to say that it's fucking not working. What? One of my keys randomly. Oh my god. How do you describe it if you can't fucking use a letter? Not working. Oh my god. Everything has a fucking D in it. Um, unexpectedly? That has a D in it too. Dude, what is happening with this? Maybe I set it to Mac accidentally? Windows. I'm about to lose my shit. I'm about to lose it. Let me ask Claude. Oh, but it works on the Mac. It's just Windows. Like I have a using Synergy. Hold on, I'm asking Claude off screen. What the fuck, dude? It's fucking stupid. Why would my D key randomly stop Windows? I am using Synergy and I am on a Mac typing to you and it works here, but on Windows, no input. No, but Windows is primary and the keyboard itself is working. So is plugged to. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's probably the easiest. Just plug, unplug. Hold on. Let me try that. I probably hit some key combo. I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Windows D key. That's fucking stupid. Hold on. Here we go. Tom's Hardware. Let's troubleshoot, brother. Everyone's talking about turn it upside down, shake out the debris. Dude, it's not a dude, not some fucking slob. There's nothing there and it's working on the Mac. Like in real time. It's working on the Mac. I can type it. It's just on Windows. Filter keys. Filter keys? How did that get on? That's probably what it is. Some See, dude, every time there's an update available, it seems like it just breaks shit. Like they just look at that. No, it was Snagit. It was fucking Snagit. Fuck you, Snagit. What the fuck? I'll deal with that later. I take back everything I said. I'm canceling that shit. I'm moving on. I really am. I'm trying to simplify my stack, man. So if something's gonna, man, what the fuck was it doing? God, that pisses me off, and it made me close my. All right, let's just get back to it. Let's get back to work. That's fucking weird. Okay. Um, that's a cool cover. All right, where were we? Jeez, dude, what the fuck? All right, sorry about that. Oh, right. No, we're troubleshooting this other thing. Go back to Claude. Oh, do. Let me just ask him over here, so in case y'all run into it, because I don't even fucking have don't have that. I Oh wait, he wanted to see the settings. Okay, my bad. So Control and X. I think that shortcut did something I was unaware of, somehow tied to Snagit. But yeah. Okay, so correct line endings. Oh no. He wanted to see what? Ionide. Ionide. Oh, that's what it was. I had no I had no D, ironically. Um Ionide F sharp dash F sharp. Okay. Yeah, you want to see what now? Gear icon. Extension settings. Where? Here? Settings. Mm, 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 mm. For custom code. Ah, here we go. Wait. Um, I don't have the extension installed. When did it I just want enter to fucking send the thing. I don't know. I don't remember changing it. That's probably why. Let me just get rid of the, because I do have other, whatever this is. Parquet. Uninstall. Let's get a restart going. We're going to figure this out. But this is not even the same code. Oh, wait. It was here. Scratchpad. Yeah. Alt slash. Okay, so that's still failing. Now go to my settings JSON. I guess I'll try that. Gonad. It's annoying because it's the fucking settings sync really gets in the way when shit like this happens. It's a hindrance more than a help. Where is... Because I think my Windows machine is the primary. Yeah, like this is still installed. I knew I should have just left that fucking... Okay, uninstalled. Install. Remote connect to my box. Over to ya. Broke my shortcuts again. Apparently. Desktop. Just in case. What the fuck? Oh, I didn't. Well, did I not install it yet? Ionide? I didn't. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so now it's installed. Nothing else. What the fuck? Uh, what in the fuck is it doing? Man, that's fucking gonna cheese me off. Okay, I tried. Working. I can manually add those JSON settings. It says they are not recognized. I mean, after the okay, be specific, brother. You gotta. All right, let's see. Some fucking ho shit like that. Okay, enter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Still don't motherfucking work, man. What the fuck? I'm gonna fucking figure this shit out. It's the last thing I do today. It's like it doesn't even see the first line. Isn't that weird? Help me out, Claude. I've yet to encounter something he can't figure out, so he'll get it. Just gotta keep throwing text at him. Be interpreted as two separate lines rather than a single function. Yes, it is. First, completely clear your FSX file. Then paste this exactly as shown with no double. Fucking Copilot, just shut the fuck up for a little bit. Just. Can you. I just want it off. Like, straight up. Yeah, man. Alright. It's like an annoying little brother. Like, just always fucking. Hey, what you doing? Hey, brother. Oh, wait. You want me to just copy and paste? Okay. Copy. Paste. Before or after the code. Save the file. What do you mean save it? You don't save it, it just saves. No. It sees the function. It's right there in the fucking. It sees it right fucking there. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, let's try a new file. Seems like the most obvious thing to do. Um, no, 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 no. Arf, this, X. Oh my god. I'm gonna throw a fucking chair, dude. What version of F sharp are you using? .NET, dot, dot. Come on, brother. .NET version. It is. It is 8.0 403. Now I gotta take a dump. God damn it. First, does a simpler test function work in your FSX file? At least he sticks with it. I'm gonna run out my rates here. Let test x, oops, not x equal x plus 1. Yeah, it works. Without string interpolation. This, I bet you this is gonna fucking work, dude. Because that's what it was telling me to, or that's what Copilot was telling me to do. Name, age, equal, tab, sprint if hello, you are years old, name, age. Fuck. Wait, but what are, oh my god, dude. Wait, but I thought the other, I thought the Manning code, dude. Oh my gosh. I didn't give it a value. Tonto, bro. Oh my. How the fuck would it know I didn't give it a fucking value? Weird though that it didn't. I mean, that's my fault, but it doesn't say otherwise. It just, to finish, let's create a test function. I guess it makes the assumption that you're not a dumbass, and so Yeah, man. So okay, so do I have to Eddie and four? Not a function cannot be applied. Oh, but this is the old version. Uh, it'll probably fucking work, dude. Come the fuck on. Is that not how you do strings though? And this is not a function. Maybe you don't do that in this language. When do you? I'm so fucking lost. I mean, normally you would do it ahead of equal name age. Oh, that's just the, okay. That's just the function. Right. So why the fuck is it trying to? No, that's the value or constructor name is not defined. I don't fucking know, brother. I don't fucking get it. I get what it's saying. It's supposed to compile the just the function, but why do I get the error message? Let's just do this here. There. So this should work. Or that should compile the function, which it does, but then it gives me this error for whatever reason. Let greet person name age. Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to run it yet, and I got all bent out of shape. Maybe. Val. No, that's the output. Whether you use tab, make sure that now execute the command. You'll notice that no result is displayed. All we've done is compile. I don't know. It works on a single line. I don't know what's happening. It works like this. I mean, it fucking works like that. I don't. It got me all twisted up. Okay, so we get here the A generic type. Okay, yeah. Back in the script, call the function, which will correctly generate the correct string as an output. I don't know why it didn't work. Okay, so that is how you do strings. 21. It's fucking annoying. It's still not fucking working. Tell me fucking hello. Okay, there we go. My bad. I thought if I ran it like this, it would do the whole. I guess it doesn't do that. Oh, maybe that's why. Wait a minute. I think maybe that's why I was fucking up, because I thought it was running both. Oh my gosh. Is that why? Okay, so if I run. No, that can't be it. Yeah, it should consider it all in one line, but it just doesn't. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's cutting off right here. So one on line break something's fucked up about that. That doesn't work either. I don't fucking know. I don't get it. It makes no fucking sense. But it works like this. It's fucking stupid. I'm gonna go take a dump. I'll be back. All right, if this works, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I just asked Claude, and it said in a new chat, and it says it needs triple quotes if you're breaking it across multiple lines. Look at this. Okay, so let's be sure now. Okay, it's not working, so now we try. Oh, whoops. Um, okay, no, that's not the problem. What? Name, age. Yeah, this is nuts. Hello. Hello. You are age. Fucking age. I don't fucking get it. But it works in the rep when it works on a single line. That's pretty fucking stupid. That's God damn, that's annoying. Fucking bullshit ass. It's probably something goofy. I'm just hungry. I'm about to go eat. I got like 20 minutes to solve this. What is it doing across the fucking line? It's so fucking annoying. Unfucking believable, man. In our script. Maybe it's not supposed to be in the FSX. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. That'd be kind of funny if it works here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fucking, I don't know. I don't know. But it works in the rep.net FSI. Wait, is that why it didn't work? Nah, that's not why. Yeah, that's not why. Okay. Yeah, it adds them for you, so what is this ghost stuff though? Like, is that? Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. It's so fucking annoying. That's why I don't like fucking indented languages. Like, listen to me turning on it now. It's the fucking language's fault. Greet person, Fred, 21. Fuck this fucking thing, dude. Oh wait, that's I'm not in a scripting. Okay, yeah, whatever. Man, fuck off. I guess I'll just write it all in one line. One, two, three, four. Four fucking spaces. No spaces here. The fuck? That's the right scope. It's defined here. One reference. Why wouldn't this run? Why the fuck wouldn't this run? The, send file. What? Wait, what? Why does it work now? Why? Uh, hold on. Okay, so if I get rid of this, dude, I was just using the wrong command. What is come on. Oh, I was doing send line. Oh my god, man. Alt enter if I do control A. You fucking kidding me? Hold on. If Wait, is this? Let me make sure. Enter. Yeah, that's enter. Okay. Selection. Send selection. Alt enter. Oh my god, dude. That's what it fucking was. Okay, well, hey, learn in F sharp. So there's a difference, guys. Make sure, just want to make sure you're paying attention. There is a difference between send line and send selection. Don't make assumptions and waste 2 hours like I did. Holy shit. That is good though. That means the editor is not fucked up. I'm fucked up, but I can fix me. I couldn't fix the editor. It feels broken. Luckily, only my brain was broken. All right, we solved it. 2 lines. Hello world. Hello Fred. We did it. Jesus. Now, okay, but actually, I think he did tell me that. I made an assumption earlier when he said, where was it? And he told me too. Dude, I'm just a nut. That sucks, man. It was up here somewhere. Yeah, see, he even fucking told me, but when I went to look, oh my god, that's embarrassing. Well, you live and you learn. Fucking told me, and then I said, oh, I'll enter, huh? And then I went Control P, and then I did FSI, and then I saw the first thing, Alt /, not reading or paying attention, and just assumed that on mine it was different. Damn. All right. Well, I'll probably I'm gonna go eat a burger and hang my head in shame. Whoever you are out there, I see you, one viewer. Appreciate you for sticking with it, brother. Now I'm gonna yeah, we're gonna write this fucking program. That's embarrassing, but you know what? Can't take it back. I will be streaming Halo later, and then after that, I'm gonna hop back on this and catch up because we definitely lost some time here. But yeah, we're gonna keep it going. I really do. I do enjoy it. I'm enjoying what I've seen so far. So I think I'm really gonna like it. Plus, there's really not any other option for me because I don't want to write C#, and F# looks cool. And now that I have my head on straight, I can actually make some progress. So appreciate you. I'll be back in a few hours. Talk to you soon.